Welcome to Sun Connection and Happy New Year. We made it. We are in 2025. I wish you good health. I wish you joy. I wish you a lot of fulfillment. I wish you success in all your endeavors. And above all, I wish you love because love is very much the solution to all problems. So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the full moon in Cancer, which is happening in a couple of days. And in order to understand the message of the full moon, we'll need to look at the position of the new moon, which was back in December 2024 in the sign of Capricorn. The purpose of this video is really to understand a little bit about the energy so we can better connect to this natural cycle and we can manage our emotions in a better way. So without further ado, let's have a look at the new moon in Capricorn. A new moon is always an opportunity to set new intentions. For the people who listen to my video from December 2024, the new moon was in the sign of Sagittarius. And I spoke about Sagittarius and I spoke about the glyph, the symbol of this sign. And Sagittarius is represented by an arrow and a bow. And really, when we have an arrow, it means that there is a sense, there is a direction. So it suggested that at an emotional level, a lot of us may have had the desire to find purpose and to do things that were meaningful. It was very much a new moon of renewal energy. And as I said, and I can speak for myself, it's very much about the desire to live new adventure, to find new horizons, to step out of our comfort zone. But also there is a quest for meaning. Now, that new moon has actually changed sign, and it's now in the sign of Capricorn. And that's very much the subject of today's video. The Sagittarius is in fire energy, and the Capricorn is an earth energy. And Capricorn is represented by a goat with a fish tail. I'm not going to go too much into the mythology and the explanation of this glyph in this video. I keep it high level. The goat is an animal and it's patient. It takes its time and it's also very determined. And if you think about the goat in the mountain, it will go with caution and it will be very focused and it will have this ability to jump from one rock to the other. And the ambition is there. The determination is there. The goat will reach its target. It will go to the top of the mountain, always. So this is a metaphor to explain the new moon energy in Capricorn. It's very much an energy that grounds us into reality. And with a new moon in Capricorn, we basically will favor a practical and thoughtful approach. There's really a sense of concrete and measured actions. And it's really an energy that will help us to put in place all the things that are needed to achieve our dreams. The ruler of Capricorn is Saturn. And Saturn is actually the representation of the burden of things that are quite heavy sometimes. And with this new moon in Capricorn, it's very much about leave behind all the things that you do not need. I'll take the analogy of going for a trek in the mountain. Well, if you carry less weight in your backpack, you will have greater chance to reach the top of the mountain quickly. So this is very much the energy that this new moon in Capricorn carries. And every time we speak about new moon, it's always an opportunity to set new intention. So last month, and I'm putting a bit of emphasis on last month because in astrology everything makes sense. If last month the new moon was in Sagittarius, it actually makes sense that in this month it's on the following sign. And there's correlation with this. So if in December 2024, the new moon in Sagittarius was about a renewal energy, well, the January 2025 energy is about structure, is about building foundation, is about creating order. It's very much this energy of structuring the expansive nature of the Sagittarius energy. And this new moon in Capricorn basically may have the potential to help us establish solid foundation for the future. And at a personal level, it's also a way to channel the quest of meaning. And it's also an opportunity to organize all the ideas that have crossed our mind in the previous months. And because we are talking about the moon, we very much talk about the emotional seeds that are planted into the ground of the current sign. So here it's the emotional seeds that have been planted into the ground, fertile soil of Capricorn. So Saturn is Chronos, is the Titan that represents time. So it's a very good time, basically, to give ourselves the means to move on our next chapter, but we need to use that Capricorn and that Saturnian energy. And what I mean here is to approach any situation with calm, thoughtfully. We need to be reasonable. We need to be cautious in some way, but we still need to keep this determination and this ambition and work with ease. Need to be grounded. Saturn also represents the fears. So with this new moon, there is also an opportunity to move towards change, but also learn how to manage our fears. So before I speak about the full moon in Cancer, I will just give a couple of words about the sign of Cancer itself. So Cancer is the fourth sign of the zodiac, and it follows Gemini. Gemini is an air sign, and air signs have no borders, no limit. They seep away everywhere. They're curious, they're light, they're free. They actually like to do many things at the same time, but also it can happen that they lack a bit of stability. So Cancer is following the sign of Gemini. It's a water sign, and really Cancer says stop. It says, I'm done with wandering around in every direction. Now it is the time for me to have a home, to have a family, to have a house. I need stability. I need a sense of belonging, and I need my emotional security. There's actually 3 water signs in the zodiac. It's Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Cancer is very much an energy of metabolization, while the Scorpio is transformation, and the Pisces is very much of a spiritual sign, and also brings a sense of transcendence. So why do we refer Cancers as metabolization? There's a lot of reasons for it, but I'll keep it short. If we look at medical astrology, Cancer represents the stomach. And the stomach in our body has the role of cleansing and filtering. These are the main function of the digestive process at the stomach level. The stomach will generate or release some gastric acid, and this is the liquid that will break down the proteins, kill the bacteria, and also the stomach will temporarily hold food. So the stomach in our body has a protective role. It very much supports the immune system, and it also helps the body to balance the metabolic system. So why am I talking about all this? It's because the sign of Cancer does exactly the same thing with our emotions. It processes the information, it absorbs, and then it metabolizes it. I receive, I digest, I transform, And then I protect the body, I protect emotionally the body. So this is why we refer the sign of Cancer as being a metabolizing sign. So let's put everything together, because we have a full moon in Cancer and we have a new moon in Capricorn. And really, what we need to do with those two signs and with this cycle of the moon is basically to find a balance between those two poles. On one hand, we have the seeds that we have planted in the sign of Capricorn, which is a call for structure. It needs to structure our dreams and our ambition. We want to be responsible. We want to find concrete means to achieve what really matters to us. And then on the other hand, we have the full moon in Cancer. And the full moon is simply because the sun is fully illuminating. At the moment, the sun is in Capricorn. So it's illuminating the moon that is in the front, in the sign in front. And this is where we are drawn to. We are drawn to the full moon. We are drawn to the energy of the Cancer. So, really, a transition question that I can put here to understand the meaning of this new moon and full moon is, which are the external efforts, Capricorn energy, that actually nourish me inside? So this is the two polarities that we have, and we need to find the balance in between. So when we have a full moon, we basically always have the energy of the introspection. It is the energy that increases our sensitivity and that highlights where the emotional security is lacking. That's very much the message of a full moon in a sign. And it's an opportunity to do, as I said, the introspection. It's to reconnect with our emotions. But here we are talking about the sign of Cancer. And Cancer is ruled by the moon, so the moon itself is at home. So it's very much a moment of self-reflection. And we are going to do the reflection on the qualities of the Cancer. So I'm talking about our roots, our home, our family, and our inner world. And when I talk about the family, I'm really talking about, does the relationship I have with my family is nurturing and harmonious? Is my home a place where I can find security and comfort? And in my inner world, are my personal needs being respected? So if the answer to all of that is yes, then everything is aligned. It's perfect, it's beautiful, because it's very much an opportunity for you to progress. You might bring some practical change here and then, but overall the energy is quite fluid. But if on some of those moments of reflection you realize that there are things that are not aligned, if some of the needs are unmet, then there's a problem. Then that's a source of inner struggle. Then that's a frustration. Then that's a tension. There's possibility of repressed anger, and it can have impact on the relationship. Overall, it can be an emotional imbalance. So when we have a full moon in Cancer, this full moon in Cancer is very much an invitation to release what is not working. And there is this opportunity of moving on. Now, when we look at the chart for that full moon in Cancer, we will notice that Mars is conjunct to the moon. Conjunct is touching. So Mars is the planet that represents the war. So there will be emotional tension, Mars, moon. There will be emotional tension. There will be, there will be tensions. Now, the moon is telling us that the new moon in Capricorn is telling us that there is a strong need for change, but there could be also some level of fears of making those changes. So the full moon in Cancer, this full moon in Cancer is very much an opportunity for you to identify what isn't working. It's a time for you to reconnect with yourself. Remember, the moon rules Cancer. So it's a time where you need to be true to yourself. And you need to be true to yourself by using the Mars energy that is in conjunction with the moon. And what does it mean? It means basically use the Mars energy to act with courage. Be true to yourself. Now, Moon Mars are also sextile. Sextile is a dynamic aspect. They are sextile to Uranus. So this is very, very much of a breakthrough opportunity. You know, Uranus here is offering a fresh solutions. It's the planet of freedom. It's the planet of innovation. It can be rebellious at times. But here we have a sextile. It's a supportive aspect. It's a dynamic aspect. So this Uranus-Moon contact is very much an opportunity to release emotional and material patterns. Uranus is in Taurus. And it's also a chance to confront any old emotional patterns and let go. This is what this full moon is all about. And it's also a chance to make space for new opportunities. Now, if we look, the moon is conjunct to Mars, so Mars is also sextile to this Uranus in Taurus. So there could be tensions, there could be conflict, particularly around relationship. But what you need to keep in mind is that it's maybe a time where this energy is needed to guide you towards necessary adjustments. And, you know, sometimes letting go is something good. And because we are in a Cancerian environment, the full moon is in Cancer, there will be for you the energy to be nurturing your relationship, nurturing your family, nurturing your home. These are all the Cancerian energy. But at the same time, the seeds that you have planted in Capricorn are very much about fostering your independence, you know. And there is an aim. It's to reach the top of this mountain. The aim is to achieve your personal goals. And it's finding this fine-tuned balance between those two polarities. And of course, after that, everybody will experience this full moon differently. And this is why we do the transit, we do the solar return, we do the progression, and we do the one-on-one consultation under a magnifier. But high level, this is the intensity and the energy that this full moon in Cancer brings to the table. So I hope this video resonates with you. I'd love for you to share your thoughts, or if you have any question, please put them in the comment below. Don't forget to like it, and don't forget to follow us. And if you think that there are some people that might be interested with this video, by any means, please feel free to share. Until then, I'll see you for the next moon in Leo. And just one more thing. You know, the roots keep you grounded, but it's your climb that will elevate you. So in the end, everything will be okay. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. Enjoy the moon. See you next month, guys. Thank you. Bye.